Hi, I'm Sean Reynolds, the owner and designated managing broker of Summit Properties Northwest. And this is just a super quick rundown on the Law of Real Estate Agency pamphlet. Now, there's about 5 different pamphlets kind of right in the beginning of the form sections of the Northwest Multiple Listing Service. And you hand these out if you think that you have an issue that these pamphlets might cover. And it's not a bad idea to get your buyer or your seller, whichever one is appropriate, to sign at the end. So sign and date, just so that you've got record that they've received it. So let's jump right on in, and I'm just going to kind of highlight the major sections so that you're aware of what's in these pamphlets. You can always check these pamphlets out yourself. They're right in the MLS. Okay, so the Law of Real Estate Agency, and that is, I think, pamphlet, it's form P1 in the Northwest Multiple Listing Service. Okay, and so this pamphlet describes your legal rights in dealing with the real estate firm or broker. Please read it carefully before signing any documents. Not a bad idea. And so what they do is they break out on the first page, they break out what's in each section. And I'm just going to kind of go through that super quick so you get an idea of exactly what's here. So the first section is definitions. It defines the specific terms used in the law. The second section is relationships between brokers and the public. Prescribes what a broker who works with the buyer or tenant, represents that buyer or tenant, just kind of breaks down, hey, if you work with this person, these are your responsibilities, this is what happens. Duties of a broker generally, kind of gives you a quick outline of what a broker does and doesn't do. Duties of a seller's agent, that is the agent representing the seller, or otherwise known as the listing agent. Duties of a buyer's agent, and that's the selling broker, what we refer to typically as a selling broker. Person who represents the buyer. Duties of a dual agent, if you're representing both the seller and the buyer, you're a dual agent, and this is what the law prescribes. Duration of the agency relationship, so you sign up either a buyer's agreement or a listing agreement. How long does that go for? This kind of gives you an idea of that. Compensation, how does one broker office compensate another broker's office for cooperation? It's kind of outlined right there. Vicarious liability is section 9, and that basically means it eliminates the liability of a party for the conduct of the party's agent or sub-agent. So you are a seller, you've got an agent or a sub-agent. Does that necessarily make you liable? No. And that would be vicarious liability. No, it doesn't. Here's how that is outlined. That's going to be in section 9. Section 10 is imputed knowledge and notice. That eliminates the common law rule that notice to or knowledge of an agent constitutes notice to or knowledge of the principal. So if you give information to the real estate broker or the agent, in a lot of markets it's called, does that automatically mean that the seller or the buyer gets that information? No. And that's imputed knowledge and notice, kind of outlines that and breaks that down. Interpretation, section 11. This law establishes statutory duties which replace common law fiduciary duties owed by an agent to a principal. Pretty straightforward. The actual content isn't straightforward, but the way that section 11 breaks it down is. Section 12 is the short sale, and that prescribes an additional duty of a firm representing the seller of owner-occupied property in a short sale. And so as you scroll down, you'll see the headings for each one of these sections. And what I would recommend is to have the buyer or the seller go ahead and sign and date somewhere in this page at the end of page 7. That's where I typically seen it. But that is really about it. So that is all. I'm going to scroll back up to the top. That is really about it for pamphlet P1. And that is the Law of Real Estate Agency. So again, I'm Sean Reynolds from Summit Properties Northwest. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. And we've got basically a video on every single one of the pamphlets in the MLS. And also we have videos on each of the major forms and addendums that real estate brokers in the state of Washington use on a daily basis. So check out our YouTube channel. And again, appreciate you watching. Thanks again. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye. Here's the Summit difference. We offer an industry-high 80-20 split with absolutely zero fees, a low $10,000 cap, and a free listing video including drone for every single home that Summit Properties Northwest lists. For more information, click on the first link in the description of this video.